There was a television show built entirely around dramatic weight loss. Years later, scientists tracked down the contestants. What they found explains a heartbreak millions of people carry in silence, and why crash diets are almost designed to fail. The show took severely overweight contestants and challenged them to lose as much weight as possible, as quickly as possible. Brutal exercise, severe food restriction, maximum results in minimum time, and the results were staggering. Contestants lost enormous amounts of weight. It looked like proof that with enough willpower and enough suffering, anyone could conquer their body. Then a team of researchers led by Kevin Hall did something the show never did. They followed up years later. They wanted to know what happened after the cameras disappeared. Most contestants had regained the weight. That part you might expect. But the shocking discovery wasn't the regain itself. It was what had happened inside their bodies. During the weight loss, their metabolism slowed dramatically. Scientists expected that. What they didn't expect was that years later, many of those metabolisms were still suppressed. Their bodies were burning far fewer calories than would normally be predicted for people of their size. And their hunger signals had changed too. The hormone associated with fullness had fallen sharply, leaving many of them far hungrier than before. In other words, they weren't simply fighting temptation. They were fighting biology. Hall used a metaphor worth remembering. Your metabolism behaves like a spring. The harder you stretch it, the faster and more extreme the weight loss, the harder it snaps back. These contestants stretched that spring about as far as a human being can, and when it recoiled, it did so with tremendous force. They didn't regain the weight because they were weak. Their own bodies pulled them back. So if you've ever lost weight, watched it return, and quietly concluded that you simply lack the willpower other people have, hear this. You are never just fighting your appetite. You are fighting an ancient survival system. And it's a system your body was built over millions of years to win. For most of human history, the danger wasn't having too much food. It was not having enough. So your body evolved to protect its energy reserves at all costs. And it can't tell the difference between a diet and a famine. When calories suddenly drop, your body doesn't celebrate. It panics. It slows metabolism to conserve energy. It increases hunger to drive you toward food. That's not a flaw. That's the system working exactly as designed. So it's hopeless then? Your body is rigged against you? Not at all. Because the weight your body tries to defend isn't permanently fixed. It can change, but only when you stop fighting the system and start working with it. And that's where almost everything changes. The first key is to move slowly enough that you don't trigger the famine alarm. Gradual change creates far less resistance than dramatic change. You're not shocking your body into submission. You're patiently teaching it a new normal. The tortoise doesn't beat the hare because he's more disciplined. He wins because his pace never wakes the dragon. The second key is understanding that the quality of food matters as much as the quantity. Food influences whether your hunger signals work with you or against you. Whole, satisfying foods help your body recognize enough. Highly engineered foods often do the opposite. They encourage overeating while leaving hunger louder than before. The goal was never to spend your life white-knuckling through cravings. The goal is to eat in a way that allows your body's natural fullness signals to function again. The third key is realizing that hunger isn't controlled by food alone. The hormones that regulate appetite are deeply connected to sleep and stress. Sleep poorly, and hunger usually rises the next day. Live under chronic stress and cravings become stronger. Not because you failed, because your biology is responding exactly as it was designed to. Protecting your sleep and reducing stress aren't side projects. They're direct ways to calm a hunger that may have felt impossible to control. So carry this with you. Your body isn't betraying you, it's protecting you. It's running an ancient program that mistakes aggressive dieting for famine and responds the only way it knows how. That hunger that felt like an enemy was never proof of weakness. It was proof that your survival systems were doing their job. So stop declaring war on your body with starvation, a war you were never meant to win. Feed it well, rest it, calm it, change it slowly, and over time, the very system that seemed to be fighting you can begin working with you instead.